All right, so the problem says, if x equals 2 tan theta, write cosine 2 theta as a function of x. So we want to use this trig identity down in the bottom right. It's the half angle trig identity for tangent. And the reason is because you want to write this, you want to write tangent of 2 theta over 2. So x equals 2 tangent 2 theta over 2. So 2 theta is like my, it's like my x here. Let me erase them. Let me rewrite this so you can see, because those thetas are not the same thing. So if this is alpha, let's call it that alpha. What we really have is, I can rewrite this. You see how theta equals 2 theta over 2, right? And now I can use the half angle formula down here. As long as I plug in, I'm going to plug in 2 theta for my half, for all those things over there, because that's what my angle was that I was dealing with. You got it? So x equals 2 tangent, I'm sorry, not tangent. X equals 2 times the square root of, I'm plugging those things in, 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 1 plus cosine 2 theta. That makes sense how that works? Now it says write cosine 2 theta as a function of x. We have x written as a function of cosine 2 theta, but they want us to write this as a function of x, meaning put that by itself and you got x's in some function over there. So we actually have to turn this around, kind of like solving for x instead of y in a problem. So let's do that. Let's square both sides. So you get x squared equals 4 times 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 1 plus cosine 2 theta. Then divide everything by, or multiply by 1/4. So 1/4 x squared equals, etc., etc. Actually, I'm not going to write the equals. I'm going to move this to the right as well at the same time. So times 1 plus cosine 2 theta equals 1 minus cosine 2 theta. Got it? So now I'm going to try to isolate these cosine 2 thetas. So I'm going to have to distribute this into here. So I get x squared over 4 plus x squared cosine 2 theta over 4 equals 1 minus cosine 2 theta. So let's put we put that to this side, and we're going to put this to that side. So x squared over 4 minus 1 equals, actually, that was stupid. Let's move them in the opposite directions. Let's move this to the other side and this to the other side so that we don't have negatives to deal with. Doesn't really make a difference, but cosine 2 theta, x squared cosine 2 theta over 4 plus cosine 2 theta equals 1 minus x squared over 4. See what I'm doing? Now I'm going to factor out cosine 2 theta. So I'll write this up here. So cosine 2 theta times x squared over 4 plus 1 equals 1 minus x squared over 4. And then cosine 2 theta equals 1 minus x squared over 4 all over x squared over 4 plus 1. And now let's clean it up a little bit. Let's just multiply by 4 on the top and bottom. It'll look a lot nicer. So that equals 4 minus x squared all over x squared plus 4. Now when I look at that, I think, oh, maybe there was an easier way to get to there. And maybe there is. Maybe there's another trig identity you could have used or another trick, but that's one way you can do it.